let's get you some hay. Let's get you some feed. Get you guys a little warmer. All right. Well, we're about to get them taken care of. Just doing a couple of little things to try to keep them full and warm. We'll kind of go down here. The water's filling up right now. Kind of take a look at the water trough, check that water level. Doing all right now. I don't think they got in the barn last night. They could have. It probably would have been the warmest place. I put some straw down a few weeks ago and laid it in there. They haven't really been in there. No, I don't think they have. The birds certainly have. Well, someone's got a hold of the gutters. So maybe they've been in there. I got to take care of those gutters. They drug those things in there. But they had access to the barn. And didn't look like they wanted to get in there. The water's filling up. De-icer's working better than I ever expected. And they actually had access to this part of the barn too. They might have stayed in here for a bit last night. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell. Kind of smells like they've been in here recently. But they're out there eating. We gave them a little extra grain today. A little extra grain than normal. Just with the cold temperatures. I know I've done some studying. We're all new to this, my wife and I and our family. So you guys probably know a lot more than we do. But we're new to this and did a lot of reading about the benefit of feeding later in the evening. Now, I know I didn't do that so much today. It's in the middle of the afternoon. But feeding later in the evening to keep them warmer through the colder nights, or any night, but especially the colder nights where the wind chill's real low, the actual temperature's real low. As they digest their food, it warms their body up, which is, I think, very similar to us, but in a much greater way for their purpose, being able to stay warm through those cold temperatures. So we're going to give them some hay, some alfalfa here in just a moment. But they still have the ability to come in here and get into the barn, stay out of the wind as much as possible. The wind's kind of died down for now, but the wind's going to come back this evening for sure. But it's just doing everything we can. Certainly keep their water full all the way we can, and ice off of it. But just to take care of them and make things a little easier on us as I've moved them out of the large pasture, as I said. Moved them into this smaller pasture. We're just able to manage, take care of them a little easier than what we would be able to do out there. Plus, there's not really any windbreak out there. The water from the pond, we have a fairly large pond. That pond is completely frozen over, as you can imagine. So this makes it easy for us to feed them. It makes it easier for us to give them the water they need and keep it from freezing up with the de-icer. And then it also gives them a place to lay down, a windbreak. There's no windbreak really out there. There's a few trees around the pond, but not enough to be a significant difference like they could get in here in the barn or get down here in the tree line. We got 13 acres of timber right back here behind us that will provide a great windbreak to the north and the northwest. And which is where this storm was coming out of. So it's one of those things where this is just one of those times we move them over here. We did it back in January when we had a very similar temperature, very similar storm with the snow. Moved them in here, able to manage it a little better before we were open them back up to the large pasture. But we're going to take care of them. We're going to give them some hay in just a moment. They're already eating the grain that we've given them, and get them some water, fill that all the way up so they'll be taken care of until tomorrow. But just doing everything we can to take care of them, make things easier on us, but certainly make things easier on them. Just filling up the water now. The water, they've been drinking it. The de-icer did its job, certainly worked. They're over there eating right now, getting some grain. We're gonna put some hay out in just a moment. Just filling up the water trough right now. It did get below zero. Wind chill is probably around minus 15 last night at its coldest. They were able to get in the barn. I don't know if they got in the barn or not. We'll take a look here in just a moment. I think they were just kind of down there in the tree line, bed down, staying warm, getting blocked from the wind. It was incredibly windy earlier. Not nearly as bad right now. It'll pick up again tonight. Wind chills will be back down in the minus 20s, I believe. A little colder tonight, But the de-icer did its job. The water stayed, it didn't freeze up, stayed fine. They were able to keep drinking it through the night. So I'm really impressed. I didn't think it would work this low. But yeah, they're down here eating. We're getting the water taken care of again. We're going to give them some hay in just a moment. Right now they're kind of in their element. They came running when they saw the truck pulling up. The boys are eating. Of course, we got one cow right here, and then they got 10 steers. They're eating. They're kind of letting us get a little closer to them. I mean, not really. They don't mind. Let's scratch your head a bit. I don't want to bother them too much. Nobody likes to be bothered while we're trying to eat, right? Dime a little hay. I think they're happy now. They'll spend a little time on eating that. They've already had their grain, got their water filled up. It's almost full. And they can get back in the barn if they'd like. Get out of this wind. Be all right. Their day got a lot better. They saw the truck come pulling up. They come running. As you can imagine, they know what that means. It means the day's about to get better. But I hope y'all stay safe, stay warm. If you're in the middle of this mess, if you're in a warm area, we're jealous. Y'all have a great afternoon, great week.